Hi David, I hope you've been well and your October break has been great. So I'm gonna get right to it. I chose MindMap because it's an easy way for me to see the layout of the vocab words. So my first word is countenance. I got it from the diction voice lessons, and this is the context that I got it from. So my initial thoughts after seeing that sentence was that countenance represented a person's emotional state or their feelings, because it says furrowed with distress. But then I looked at the denotation from Merriam-Webster, and it is a person's face or facial expression. The face is an indication of emotion, mood, or character. So the etymology of the word, it originates from Latin continentia, and it translated to Old French continent. So the connotation of the word is very neutral. It gives more of a serious and formal sense instead of a positive or negative particular feeling, because it's more of a noun where positive and negative adjectives are attached to it. So in my own writing, I applied it to the appositive phrases practice. The sentence, there was Major Hunter, tall and sturdy gentleman who was as stern in his character as he was in his countenance. So to further understand the definition of countenance, I researched other texts where it's used, and this is where it was this is the sentence, so it helped me understand that it's not a person's emotional state, but their facial expression. So my second word is dysentery. I found it on dumpster diving, and this is the context that I found it on. So after I read the sentence, I thought that dysentery was a disease or an infection that a person obtains from consuming rotten foods. But then I read the denotation from Merriam-Webster, and it is a disease characterized by severe diarrhea with passage of mucus and blood, and usually caused by infection. So I was kind of close. The etymology is it originates from Greek prefix dus and suffix entera, and it went from dysenteria to Old French dysentery, and then it became Late Middle English dysentery. So the connotation of the word is a negative one because its initial part is a prefix that means bad, and it's used in other words such as dysfunctional and dystopia, which all represent something defective or negative. So in my own writing, I didn't apply it to any word in my notebook because it's a very scientific and medical term, but if I were to use it, I would say something like, everyone on camp seemed to get infected on purpose. The cycle of botulism, E. coli, and hepatitis E seemed to be the buffet everyone wanted a taste of. However, the most palatable item there seemed to be dysentery. So this is the other text I found it from. It is a historical context, and it helped me understand that it is a foodborne illness that is obtained from food consumption and other foods that are just that went bad or are spoiled. So my third word is polemical. I got it from the language of composition document, and this is the context that I got it from. So my initial thoughts, after reading the sentence was that polemical is a formal word that is that conforms theories of logic and something that is being demanding and is very straightforward and irrefutable. But then I looked at the denotation of Merriam-Webster, and it is of or involving strongly critical or disputatious writing, an aggressive attack of the opinions of principles or of others. So the etymology of the word comes directly from the Greek polemikos and polemos, and it is translated to Middle French polémique. I don't know if that's how you say it. The connotation of the word is a negative one because it conveys a feeling of criticism towards certain concepts, and it gives the reader the feeling that they're being opposed or categorized in their ideas. So in my own writing, I applied it to tone lesson 10, and tone lesson 10, like the first part, and the sentence is, Luce's attitude towards the American press can be described as resentful, hostile, and polemical. She decides to lay part of the blame of the flawed American society on the actions and influence of the press. So the other text that I researched was from The Independent, and it says, from Letter to a Noble Lord, from one of the most famous passages in all polemical writing in English. So this allowed me to understand that polemical is more of criticism that is very disputatious and is aggressive towards the opinions of other people. It is a word used to criticize other texts as well. So those were examples of my vocab words, and I'm doing the same thing with all of the others. And I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.